I couldn't do the things you'd done. Instead I traveled halfway around the world for just one Sunday in the sun.
Tiny is the title of the debut album from former Blink frontman Dermot Lambert, and with songs about family, the past and the future, it's deeply autobiographical stuff.
It wasn't designed to be a start to finish kind of a life story idea, but when I kind of got stuck into it, I realised that all of the songs are about instances or collections of instances that happened that made up kind of where I'm at now.
Forgetting everyone.
In fact, Dermot goes all the way back to his childhood obsession with Doctor Who and a rejection letter he received from the BBC in 1975. It's all in the new album on a song called Dear Mr. Lambert, Me and Doctor Who.
Myself and one other guy in school were mad into Doctor Who, and then he changed over to Blake 7, which is off, this is the early 70s rivalry. But for the most time, on my circle of friends, I was just referred to as Dalek. You know, I asked some adults, you know, I've got to write a book and I'm going to send it to the BBC, and so I did, and I sent it to the BBC, and heard nothing back, and it was about 2 years later, and it's the most exciting piece of post. Now this is a rejection letter, you know, but I didn't really have any concept of what that meant really. I just got a letter from the BBC that had BBC letterhead on it, and I was like, my God, and the first thing I noticed was Dear Mr. Lambert, and I didn't care what they called me. I was like, oh, we have read your manuscript and we found it most entertaining. Now, later I realised, of course, they found it entertaining. Some 10-year-old had written a Doctor Who book to them.
I'd be twice the man I am. Hey Sean.
Hey Sean is probably the most poignant moment on Tiny. It's about the death of Dermot's father, Sean, and the arrival of his first son, also called Sean.
What happened was I had a son, Sean, who is now 7.5, and I just found myself that my dad was starting to get sick and Sean was coming along, and there was no plan, there was no album, there was nothing. I was just writing this thing, you know, and it was really just, I was kind of saying thanks to both of them.
Hey, yeah. But you were there right from the start.
Special microphone stands for small people.
Dermot's former band Blink enjoyed quite a degree of success. They released 3 albums and hits with Shallow and It's Not My Fault. They also toured with Crowded House and Moby. But now that they've gone, it seems a good time to ask what exactly happened.
It will be okay, 'cause it's not true, and we both know. Who do we think we've been fooling? I'm all done being the one to pick the pieces up again. Yeah!
We absolutely gave it socks. There's no question about that. And at the end of it, I think Robbie kind of called it, but all he did was say what was on everyone else's mind. We had Map of the Universe, and it was just brilliant. Putting the whole thing together was great. You know, like, craziest adventure. Touring, you know, the UK and America, and just, it was a very, very big adventure, you know. And then what I see happened is that we turned into a surviving kind of a band, I think, and we didn't tap into the creativity again that we did at the start. That's how I think everyone has agreed on that.
So Tiny for you is, I suppose, unfinished business then?
Yeah. You know, it's I suppose everything that you do relates back to the previous thing that you did, even if you're trying to start something new, which this is, and I'm trying to separate myself out from everything that happened there. But I mean, you bear in mind about that everybody in Blink and like and my brother Aidan, like we're all still very close, you know. So it's not like that we had, you know, it's that terrible time in my life. But there are moments. I probably am not happy being defined. Which I personally felt that as the years went further and further away from Blink, I'd be defined by things that happened in Blink, which means therefore that I'd be defined by things that happened up to 20 years ago. and there's nobody in the world that I know that would be happy with that, you know. So I thought I'd redefine myself for me, you know.